Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right, everybody. Welcome to the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it, but first of all, I got to give a shout out to David Hatch. David was our first Patreon supporter and continues to support us each and every month. We really appreciate it, David. I can't tell you how much it means to me. You are the best. We appreciate everything, and if you want to be cool like David, you can jump on to patreon.com/PCP, help support this channel and everything that we do. So let's get right into it with some comic book news. First of all, big news. There's a new Guardians of the Galaxy book, and it's going to be written by Donny Cates and illustrated by Jeff Shaw. That's fantastic. That's the team behind books like God Country, Buzzkill, and the recent Thanos. Thanos Wins, that storyline. Amazing stuff. The creators of Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm down for it. I'm loving it. So Infinity Wars is going to be wrapping up at the end of the year. And after that, Donny Cates has the Guardians of the Galaxy, along with Shaw. Very exciting. In the teaser art, which was debuted at the end of Thanos Legacy, the one-shot that came out this last week, which was pretty cool, kind of filled in some things between Thanos Wins and Infinity Wars. But there was a teaser for that, and it's pretty much got every Marvel cosmic character, everybody who's ever been associated or part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I really like it. I think it's cool. You get everybody from the Starjammers and the OG Guardians of the Galaxy to the new school Guardians of the Galaxy, and Cosmic Ghost Rider right there, Galactus and the Surfer as well. Super excited to see Donny Cates take on the Cosmic Marvel Universe. He's done a great job with Thanos and Cosmic Ghost Rider already. Excited to see more from this cat. Who will the final team be? I don't know. I guess that's the reason behind the hashtag Who Are the Guardians? Very excited about this news. Donny Cates has just been tearing it up, and here is yet another reason why. Also Guardians related, a new one-shot is teased for December, Infinity Wars Fallen Guardian. That means one of the current Guardians of the Galaxy, they are going to cut it. My pick, Drax or Gamora. Not going to be Star-Lord, not going to be Rocket, not going to be Groot. Not going to be Groot. You guys just took away Lockjaw. Groot better be safe. I swear. Groot better be safe. I promise. Because then who would even care if Donny Cates was doing it if Groot wasn't there, right? Seriously. But, so that's coming out. That's going to be like, so apparently a Guardians member is going to die at the end of Infinity Wars. We've already had many deaths in this story, so we shall see what happens. Announced recently from DC Comics is a new Swamp Thing story. It's a short story. It's going to come out around Halloween time, written by Snyder with artwork by Greg Capullo. It's also going to feature Wonder Woman. We know that Capullo said that his next projects that he wanted to do at DC were going to either involve Wonder Woman or Swamp Thing. Looks like he found a way to do both. This is going to lead into an ongoing series, or at least a new mini-series. That's what's announced. But it's not announced whether Snyder or Capullo are going to be a part of that series that launches after this, nor has it really been announced where this short story is going to see print, or if it's going to see print digitally first, or if it's going to wind up in some kind of like, you know, anthology book or something like that. But Snyder, who's already done an exceptional run on Swamp Thing, and Capullo, who what we've seen so far of his Swamp Thing work, it's fantastic, it's amazing. I'm super down for this. Obviously, with the Swamp Thing TV series coming out, they really want to highlight this, right? Also announced from DC Comics, The Spectre by Peter Tomasi. Peter Tomasi is going to be taking over Detective Comics eventually soon, leading into 1000 and all that stuff. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But The Spectre is a great character, really creepy, really cool. I like that supernatural corner of the DC Universe. I'm wondering if he's going to be tied into the Swamp Thing series in some kind of way, and that's why they're going to do a Spectre series out of nowhere, or maybe it's tied into what's coming up with the JSA out of Doomsday Clock and Jeff Johns and what he's doing with that things, right? I don't know. Spectre's a great character. Peter Tomasi is a great writer. Great runs on Batman and Robin, Superman, and of course Super Sons, still writing Super Sons. Doing an amazing job on that title, down for that. Hawk and Dove, a new series, because of course they're in that Titans DC Universe series that's debuting in October. Hawk and Dove by Steve Orlando. I'm not the hugest Hawk and Dove fan. I'm not a huge Steve Orlando fan, though when I read his work, it definitely feels like I would appreciate it more if I would read it by story chunks. So I definitely owe it to myself and to Mr. Orlando to do that and really kind of absorb some of his stories, because I really like his ideas, I like his concepts, but something about his works, it just individually, issue to issue, it doesn't really grab me. So I'm going to do a reread of something. So if you're a Steve Orlando fan, let me know in the comments down below What should I read? What's going to turn me into a Steve Orlando fan? Let me know. Aquaman, there was a first look. He's being reinvigorated later this year in December by Kelly Sue DeConnick and Robson Rocha. I'm super excited for this. I'm a huge Aquaman fan. I feel like the book's been a little stale. It's been going on just in this current direction a little too much. It's not really exciting. We need something to shake it up, ground it maybe a little bit, take it in a new direction. Kelly Sue DeConnick, who I'm not usually the hugest fan of, but I am excited for this because we need a status quo change for Aquaman. I love the image. It looks great. Rocha's artwork looks fantastic. I love the line work. I like the coloring. I like the attitude, right? It's definitely a little bit Momoa-ized, but that was already done a little bit back in the 90s. So as long as they stay true to the character and throw in a little bit of that 90s Peter David Aquaman, I'm down. I love it. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be really, really cool. So Detective Comics 1000, we were talking about that. It's going to hit early next year. Some confirmed creators who are, you know, basically Bat stars all of their own, members of the Bat family, one and all. So confirmed creators for Detective Comics 1000, Scott Snyder, Jock, Greg Capullo, Tom King, Jason Fabok. And one of the stories, probably the Fabok one, is going to lead into the Three Jokers story. So we're finally getting that Three Jokers miniseries, right? But it seems like this is going to tease into it a little bit, which makes me think we're not going to get the Three Jokers story until maybe next spring. Yeah, I know, right? Like, this has been going on for like two and a half years, something like that. Let's get on this, right? Speaking of DC and Batman books, when Scott Snyder was originally doing Batman during the Dick Grayson second time years, right? Not the Prodigal stuff, but the later. Anyway, during all that stuff, he did the Black Mirror story. It was great. Jock was on the artwork. Francisco Francavilla. He really invigorated the character of James Gordon Jr., and that character's coming back in The Batman Who Laughs. That's very exciting if you're a fan of the Black Mirror, if you're a fan of what Snyder did with that character, where he took Gordon's son and made him really creepy. Really creepy. One of the creepiest Batman villains out there. Seriously, great stuff. Check it out if you haven't already. I'll throw a link down below to the Black Mirror if you haven't read it. It's one of the best Batman books out there. Seriously, top 15, top 20, guaranteed. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And it's not even Bruce Wayne. Anyway, fantastic stuff. So in the new DC Nation, Grant Morrison was talking a little bit about his The Green Lantern book coming up with Liam Sharp. Great ideas in there. It seems like Sharp and Morrison really having a great idea about what to do with Hal Jordan, what to do to move the Green Lantern mythology forward just a little bit, kind of take a little bit of the past, what Jeff Johns did, a little bit of what's going on now, kind of put it together into the ultimate Green Lantern book, The Green Lantern, if you will, by the Grant Morrison. But it seems like the Grant Morrison has already started talking and coming up with ideas for season 2. So season 1, we know we're getting 12 issues by Liam Sharp and Grant Morrison. But it seems like we're going to get more from Grant Morrison at least. Probably Liam Sharp as well if they're down for it. A little break in between seasons or something. But Grant Morrison is already formulating ideas for GL Season 2. So it seems like it's going to go beyond 12 issues. Super excited for that. Let's talk about some Marvel, some Marvel movie news, actually. So Captain Marvel, everybody knows those pics were revealed this week. Brie Larson tweeted out, hey, let's break the internet. And the next day, we got images of her as Captain Marvel, official. We've already seen a little bit from like paparazzi photos and stuff. It looks great. Fantastic. I love the costume. The design's kind of based on the comic book design by Jamie McKelvey. Love it. Fantastic stuff. I think she looks strong. I think she looks great. I love that suit. I just think it looks great. Absolutely. We're going to have Photon in this movie, as revealed by some of the images. That's exciting. So if you're a speculator, you definitely want to go out there and pick up early Carol Danvers appearances, and you also want to get early Photon, early second Miss Marvel. She was a Captain Marvel in the 80s. Photon was. So you definitely want to get into that stuff. That's what you want to look out for right now. If that's what your bag is. Marvel by Jude Law. He looks fantastic. Basically wearing the same costume. It's a uniform. It's a Kree soldier uniform, right? Ronan's in there. And that young Nick Fury. I remember when Samuel Jackson looked like that. So that's kind of spot on. I really like it. But the Skrulls. The Skrulls look amazing. They look exactly like they should. They are slam bang fantastic. I am so pumped for this movie. There should be a trailer soon. Rumors are having it that the trailer's coming out later this month. Very excited to see that because these first looks, those images, down for that. Speaking of trailers though, there's a new Halloween trailer this week that was released and it was awesome. It completely sold me on this movie. If you follow this channel, you know that I'm a huge Halloween fan. And it's been a hard road for me to kind of get into this movie, but the trailers have been cool. I like the idea that they're getting rid of episode 2, of movie number 2, taking away the whole brother-sister vibe, bringing it back a little bit more to its original concept. But I'm serious, I'm a huge H2O fan. If it was up to me, I would make the movie and have 1, 2, 4, and H2O be canon. And I would explain why why Laurie abandoned Jamie. But that's only for hardcore Halloween Mike Myers fans who even understand what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about SNL Mike Myers. I'm not Michael Myers. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. That new trailer looked awesome. It had an H2O vibe for it. I really liked it 40 years later, but the movie looks good. Very excited for it. We're going to be covering that on Movie Monday as part of our little Horror Fest thing there. Timothy Dalton, friend of the show. You know how much we love Timothy Dalton here. He is a superstar. We love him so much. Timothy Dalton is going to be Dr. Niles Calder in the Doom Patrol TV show on the DC Universe streaming service. Super pumped for this news. Like I said, we love Timothy Dalton here. He's our favorite Bond. He's just great. He's amazing. Timothy Dalton is it. He is Bond. He is the Chief. That's right. So the Doom Patrol, the Chief. That's right. Niles Calder, Timothy Dalton. We could not be happier here in the Huntsville Attic at PCP. So Timothy, congratulations, my friend. We're really excited about that. Daredevil Season 3 released a very, very small teaser that was really intriguing, but it didn't really show you anything. It's DD in the confessional. He says some things like the darkness only wants the darkness. I would rather die as the devil than live as Matt Murdock. So I really like the idea of the themes that they're going to be approaching in this story. I like it. Seems like they're going to kind of go on that Born Again type route. We know that Bullseye's in it. We know Kingpin's return, and that's what we wanted to see. This teaser doesn't show us any of that, but the rumors are that this is going to be released before the end of the year. Very excited for this. They know we love Daredevil. They know we're going to watch it. Seems like Season 3, especially if they learned anything from their fault at the end of Season 2 of Daredevil, I think this is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be fearless. Anyway, that was cheesy, wasn't it? Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Upcoming here at PCP, we got a live stream tonight. Robbie Rants live pretty much every Sunday, 7 o'clock Central Time. So tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time, please come here and join us at the YouTube channel. Let's talk about comics, pop culture, movies, and life. We're going to be talking about the upcoming new comics for this Wednesday. Some exciting titles coming out this week. We'll also be doing a little bit of show and tell where I like to show off some of my action figure collection, 80s, 90s, stuff like that. So if you want to see anything, just let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know in the comments down below anything you want to talk about what I mentioned in this video or what I didn't mention in this video. And if you really got a real deep, good question, join us tonight for Robbie Rants Live. We got a new Movie Monday tomorrow. We're continuing our look at the DC animated films with Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, and I think it's better than the comic book, so tune in tomorrow to find out why I think that and what we all think, including Brooks and Jelani. No top 5 this week, but it returns the following week with a top 5 Vault Comics. Really excited to talk about that. Vault Comics is definitely an up-and-coming publisher that is just one of my absolute favorites right now. Everything I've read from them has blown me away. I think it's next level. Great, brilliant type stuff from Vault Comics, those guys over there. We got the weekly comic book review coming out late Tuesday night, early Wednesday mornings. Be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. Join us at the PCP Army on Facebook. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up and find out. Like I said, if you want to be cool like David Hatch, join us at patreon.com/PCP to unlock exclusive content, including a very special interview I did with Brooks recently. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive, and he gives us his hair care tips. And that was really fun to hear from the horse's mouth himself. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Please do like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate everything here at Pop Culture Philosophers. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us, and keep on keeping on and digging and loving and living and all that jazz.